Imagine this. It's 2009, the height of the Great Recession. Millions unemployed, the housing market in shambles, no hope in sight. The question on everyone's minds? Who do you think would win in a fight? A gladiator versus an Apache, or a Viking versus a samurai, the mafia versus Yakuza? You know, real questions that only a real TV network can answer. Spike TV, the Axe Phoenix of cable television. This channel was, I think, mostly responsible for ensuring that I was the worst possible 12-year-old that I could be. You had shows like Mansers, 1,000 Ways to Die, and Deadliest Warrior. Deadliest Warrior aired from 2009 to 2011, and up until now, I thought it was a fever dream, like most shows I watch on this channel. Just like Chris Angel's Mind Freak, I was betrayed by my own nostalgia with this show. It is so much weirder than I remember. The premise was simple. They would pin two warriors from history up against each other, modern or ancient. They'd bring in weapons and warfare experts from each side to consult with. Now let me just say, whenever you see any expert on a Spike TV show, it really just means they were the first to call back. Especially if it's a doctor, like this show, 1,000 Ways to Die, Mansers. It's always just someone stating the obvious, but in a doctor's coat. They're actual doctors, don't get me wrong. They just are always stating the obvious. That's all they're doing. The show has three main hosts. The main guy, I guess, I don't really know what else to call him than the main one. If you woke me up from a nap and showed me a picture of this man and told me that he's Dane Cook, I'd believe you for like a while. Then they have the computer whiz, whose job it is to hang out with them all day and then at the end of the episode punch their numbers into the state-of-the-art computer simulation software and find out the winner that way. And then the doctor, which, like I said, will not add much more than what's already right in front of us. Now, while we are going to be poking a lot of fun at this show, like a lot, I do have to say they look like they're having a great fucking time, and as a kid I was so incredibly jealous. I wanted to be on this fucking show so bad. My friend Noah and I would watch every episode of the show the night that it aired because we had a little betting game we played with it. Every episode we would each pick a side and then whoever won would get first pick at next week's. And I think right off the bat, Noah won one of the first ones, and then every episode after that, it was so obvious who would win before you even watched the episode. They would do shit like pinning up a medieval knight versus Mitch from Accounts Receivable. It was so fucking unfair, and I lost everything from then on out. But alright guys, enough talk out of the way. Let's watch.
The Taliban, the Irish Republican Army, unstoppable urban guerrillas.
So at the beginning of each episode, they give a brief history on each side, and I think the only reason they pinned the Taliban and the IRA against each other was because they're both fighting for independence on their own land from foreign occupancy. I think that's literally the only thing they have in common, and that's why they're doing it.
The LPO-50 Flamethrower. It can fire flesh-burning flames from over 200 feet away.
This is a granddaddy. This'll do it.
Okay, well, I know one thing's for sure. We cannot test that here.
For sure. Not here.
Max, pack your bags, man. We gotta head out to the range.
And now we're gonna get into the weapons testing, which is pretty much the bulk of the show, and also where all of the funny moments are.
Okay, how is the IRA gonna take the Taliban out with this weapon?
What this is going to do for the IRA is it's going to flush the Taliban out their holes.
So what do you think this flamethrower is going to do to the Taliban? Look, man, I don't know what you want me to say. It's a flamethrower. It's going to make them on fire.
Since the LPO-50 Flamethrower is a Russian weapon and is unavailable in the United States, we're testing an equivalent model.
So now we're going to get to see what the flamethrower is capable of. And spoiler alert, flame.
Are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1. Line them up, baby! Woo! Line it up! Woo! 800 degrees and climbing now. That's about 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit. Jesus.
1,500 degrees Fahrenheit is almost as hot as the inside of a crematorium.
Okay, guys, I don't really understand what's going on here. If only there was some kind of doctor that could enlighten me on this.
If you are in that direct range of that flamethrower, you're not only cooking the outside, you're cooking the inside. And cooking your bones creates more heat inside, and you cook even after getting away from that spray.
You see, what we have here is something we like to call in the medical field being completely engulfed in flames. Now, in layman's terms, basically what this means is you're being completely engulfed in flames. I would say the doctor being on the show is completely pointless, but that disregards the idea that this is Spike TV in 2009, and he's probably mainly there to check the I'm built different bros, because that was like 90% of Spike's audience.
Guys, I think one of the things that you're forgetting here, they have to get extremely close, The person with a flamethrower on their back is not going anywhere. It's basically a suicide mission. It doesn't hold any water compared to the RPG.
It's funny as fuck that this guy and the other guy were just stuck with having to defend the Taliban for like a whole day. And you'll see it throughout the show. It almost gets personal between the experts on both sides. Like, they're defending it like kids playing make-believe. It's borderline like, okay, yeah, well, that wouldn't work, all right? Because my guy wouldn't just be standing there like that, okay? He would probably be like doing something like...
Each team brings a deadly arsenal to the fight. The IRA will fire the LPO-50 flamethrower, the nail bomb, the deceivingly simple slingshot.
Oh boy, not the slingshot.
The RPG-7, a shoulder-launched rocket-propelled grenade that can stop a tank in its tracks.
There's this one reenactment shot that they keep cutting to throughout the whole show. Like, it has to be at least 5 times. And it's lame as fuck because you think that RPG is gonna like blow up this truck and it's gonna be some sick shot. But they didn't have the budget for that, so they just blow up some rocks next to it, and they just play it constantly because they need to fill up the time slot.
Someone can shoot up to 100 meters without any training.
What do you say we take it at 100 meters, and we'll take out this hut?
Let's do it.
Go! That's a kill. Insane, man.
How do you like that from 100 meters, huh?
There's nothing left of the structure. We had 3 targets on the outside, all 3 killed.
You can't argue with this.
That's right, you really can't argue with Dane Cook there. Turns out being blown up by a rocket, pretty deadly.
Debris flying everywhere. I mean, you don't want to be anywhere near that explosion.
But do you think the IRA would standing outside a shack, just standing around going like, the IRA would have lookouts around waiting for you coming?
This is a little bit of that manufactured drama I was talking about earlier. I love it.
Bottom line is, if I was going to go to war, this is the weapon I would take, not a flamethrower.
Okay, we haven't even seen what the slingshot can do yet.
The Taliban's RPG gets the edge in medium-range weapons. The nail bomb, a homemade explosive packed with nails that delivers devastating injury and death.
It's like shrapnel. It's like a grenade going off. Boom, off it goes.
Can we please take a moment to appreciate the visual effects that they had in this show? You'd think Spike TV in their prime would put a little bit more of their budget towards the visual effects shots than me when I was 11.
It's going to hit you in so many different places that you're probably going to die from bleeding out. It's not a death kill with one shot, it's a death kill with multiple shots.
Thank God he explained that, because I honestly couldn't see the issue with hundreds of hot nails flying into my body.
It's a dangerous weapon. We don't want to fool around with stuff like this. So we're bringing somebody else in that's going to show you how we do this.
Our explosive expert carefully sets the bomb into position.
Okay, this man is not on Spike's payroll. They are paying him in cash, and he is not on the books. Blurred face, those long-ass sleeves, those rings. This man does not get a W-2.
3, 2, 1, go! Holy crap! Where are the flames coming from?
Moped,
Oh,
dude.
the gas tank, of course, that's insane. Look at these nails sitting in the body, man. This is far more severe than I ever thought.
No, I don't know about that. I think if I was there, I could probably survive that.
It's a surgeon's nightmare. You have so many injuries that you don't know where to start. A nail bomb is going to cause a lot of trauma, and it causes death.
Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't really think of it that way.
A PMN Mine, a deadly case packed with 4 times more explosive than a standard landmine.
What they do is they lay several of them across the road, cover them up, and slowly pull out the pin. What triggers it is 8 to 25 kilograms of pressure. Okay. That's what will actually make it go off.
To measure the damage the mine will inflict, Jeff and Max set up several ballistic gel body parts.
Let's go for it, man.
Let's do this.
So we've sent the computer nerd out to step on it and trigger the explosives, because he's not doing much else.
3, 2, 1, go! What I'm seeing here, these guys are 2 questionable kills. 1 guy dead without a leg. So out of 5 targets, we got 2 deaths. The PMN mine is designed to take out 1 person rather than multiple people. And this is a squad-on-squad fight. Hence, more damage to more people. I've got to give the edge to the nail bomb.
Okay, so I'm getting my 12-year-old self flashbacks right now, and I'm getting pissed off, because I'm pretty sure I got stuck with the goddamn Taliban this episode, because I lost whatever episode was before this. You would think, after they displayed how deadly the explosion was with the nail bomb, and then also realized maybe it had a little bit to do with a moped with a full tank of gas, don't you think maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Don't you think you would put another moped full of gas in the second demonstration? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. I'm thinking too much about this.
The special weapons. The IRA nail bomb gains a nasty edge.
Now, the next segment is funny because they're literally just pinning two very similar rifles up against each other, and they have to make something out of it.
The Taliban's gun of choice is the iconic AK-47, the most widely used assault rifle in the world.
Let me show you what this gun can do.
High speed's up and armed. 3, 2, 1, go!
Before you shot that bottle with that gun, I didn't know what was going to happen. But then, you shot the bottle with that gun. And let me just say, there was no bottle after that. Watching this segment now, it's like boring as fuck because they're literally just two fucking guns. I think the only reason I was interested at the time was because there was something on the line.
Well, there were 2 misses on the bottom rung there in the small glasses.
Well, the Taliban, their style of shooting is to spray. They're usually going after many people in one area. This isn't a sniper rifle, and you know, it's not going to be like a cheap weapon like they use.
But look at the time it took you to hit these targets.
I love this fucking back and forth so much. And you know what? You're a bitch. Ah, fuck you. Hey, fuck you. And fuck the Taliban too. Yeah, no shit. Fuck the Taliban. Do you think I'm in the Taliban? This is a TV show. Well, guys, we saw what the Taliban's rifle was able to do to those glass bottles. But let's see what the IRA's rifle can do to those same bottles. I can't wait.
2, 1, go! Yeah! Got it.
Dude.
Oh, okay. The same fucking thing because they're both guns.
But if you take that size and put it into this area here,
Center of mass of the face.
That's the no reflex kill zone. If you hit somebody in the nose, right between the eyes, then you'll be killing the central nervous system before the body has a chance to even have a reflex.
Thank God for that explanation. I didn't think it could get any more no shit than the doctor's explanations, but then the computer whiz had to go and raise the bar. There's actually this really unique thing that happens when someone gets shot in the middle of the skull with a bullet, and it's where they die.
The IRA's AR-15 assault rifle gets the edge in long-range weapons.
Okay, next up is the one we've all been waiting for. The Slingshot. Now, you may be thinking you know what a Slingshot can do. And, well, you would be exactly right. They all pretty much do the same thing. It's a Slingshot.
The IRA's Slingshot, a child's toy turned deadly sniper weapon in the hands of a trained assassin. To test the sling's accuracy, our team sets up a small target, a synthetic skull with the same density as human bone.
The fact that they're just giving this the time of day is hilarious to me.
Okay, Scotty, where are you going to be aiming for on this skull?
I think we'll go right through the eye here.
That's what I want to see.
That's what you're going to see.
Okay.
That's what I want to see. Well, that's what you're gonna see. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, jeez.
It's a direct hit, but the Taliban experts are not convinced.
I think the problem that you have here is that although your shot was very accurate, the head was standing still. I mean, it's not a moving target.
Despite its precision, the Slingshot may not strike with enough force to deliver a death blow.
But it hurts a lot.
The Taliban has a weapon to counter the IRA sling.
Sunglasses. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm done.
The AK-47 Bayonet, a razor-sharp knife that transforms the Taliban's gun into a stabbing spear.
One of my favorite segments on this show when they test out shit is the hand-to-hand combat, because these testers, they get to let out every ounce of rage they have on these dummies. Everything bad that has happened to them in their lives is all culminating to this one moment.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh. Looks like my coach at home. Oh, sick.
I had to demonstrate the capabilities of this thing.
And demonstrate you did. You were able to tear through this, and this is thick canvas reinforced with some tape. But I'm really curious about the effects this will have on human flesh.
But I'm really curious to see the effect that this will have on human flesh.
He definitely has wounds that do definitely go down to the rib. I feel one here that goes beyond the ribs and actually punctures a lung here. That's pretty devastating. This one right here may actually hit the heart, and that would be enough to kill.
I would think so, Doc. I'm really excited to see how a sharp knife at the end of an angry man's gun will beat out a slingshot.
The edge in short-range weapons. goes to the Taliban's Bayonet.
Alright guys, get ready for the best part of the entire show. Them entering all the data into an Excel spreadsheet.
Max now loads the results into a state-of-the-art computer program developed by Slytherin Studios that will determine the winner.
Okay, now get ready for the second best part of the show. Them reenacting everything in a Freddie W. style sketch that they just throw together at the end of the show, and it's okay. The VFX they do in this battle are no better than any you've seen prior in the show. I mean, the real bulk of the show is the weapons testing and the battle experts, or whatever the hell they're called, getting into borderline fistfights over this shit, and decimating jail dummies. I love that so much. If we ever do another video on the show, if you guys want to see it, I want to find whatever episode that guy destroying that dummy with a knife is. We will watch that next.
It's just time to fire this sucker up.
Let's run it, man.
See who it is. All right, and away we go.
You know, I was just dumb enough as a kid to believe all they had to do was hit a button on a computer and simulate this ultra-realistic battle. I'm not going to show the full 2-minute thing because it's not that exciting. If you really do want to see it, I'm pretty sure all these are up on YouTube in one way or another. You can go watch it then. So I'm pretty sure they did do some kind of numbers thing where they tallied up all the data and came up with a number that said the IRA or the Taliban won. And then with that, they just wrote a fight sequence. Well, guys, that was Deadliest Warrior. I really had a lot of fun doing this video. The ones I had the most fun with were shows that I really liked as a kid, but realize now are trash. Well, not trash, but weirder than I remember, which is why I titled them that way. Once again, betrayed by my own nostalgia. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like rating down below. Lets me know you enjoyed the video and it helps out the channel a ton. Also, once again, I still do have a Patreon. No matter which tier you do, you get credits at the end of my videos. And then with other tiers, you get access to early videos, access to Patreon only live stream, a new Patreon video every month, fun stuff like that. Anyways, thank you guys again for watching and I will see you next time. Goodbye.